Hello and welcome, Essex County College family. This is the Virtual Cafe powered by Student Life and Activities. Today's episode number 107 is our returning student scholarships for fall 2025. This is your ultimate no-nonsense guide to all the scholarships we have here to offer at Essex County College for the fall 2025 semester. I'm going to go over all 6 scholarships and the requirements with you right now. After that, Mr. Graham, Director of Student Life, is going to go over the application process. The application process has changed significantly this year, so please pay attention. If you missed this video or this session, it will be available on SLAO Essex's YouTube account later today. This is returning student scholarships for fall 2025. Scholarship applications are now open on the college website at this link, www.essex.edu/new-returning-students/. You got that email. You got that website address in your email from Mr. Graham with all this information that we're about to go over as well. So don't worry about writing this down. You definitely got that part in your email right there, so you can highlight it and copy and paste into a new browser. essex.edu/new-returning-students. Please only apply to the scholarships that you meet the criteria for. Otherwise, your application will not be considered. The criteria that must be met is at the top of each scholarship application and on the college website. Please read everything carefully and do not submit your application without uploading your letter of recommendation. If you previously completed an application and failed to upload a recommendation letter, you will have to complete a new application from the start. Students will need to complete separate applications for each scholarship they are applying for. So if you're applying for 4 scholarships, that's 4 separate applications, digital applications. The application deadline is exactly 1 month from today, Friday, September 5th, 2025. That is the end of the first week of the fall semester, all right? It's a nice long deadline. Don't wait till that day to start getting this together. Start doing it way before then, like today. All right? We're going to get into our scholarships. Here is number 1. The Presidential Scholarship, and we do mean President Boachi. Demonstrated academic achievement. You must have demonstrated community or college involvement. And you must demonstrate financial need, very simply. Academic achievement, college involvement, financial need. All right, scholarship number 2. This is the Academic Engagement Scholarship. You're going to need a 3.0 GPA or better. You need to be a new or returning student. Please note that new students must submit a copy of their high school transcript, as we have no semester and GPA in college yet to base your status off of, okay? So new students, you're going to need to submit a copy of your high school transcript. You're going to need to demonstrate financial need. You'll find that's a requirement for every single one of these scholarships, and in your essays where you'll be able to elaborate on that. And you're going to need to be active in campus activities and or community service. That is the Academic Engagement Scholarship. Here is number 3. The Connie Woodruff Memorial Scholarship. You must be enrolled in ECC's nursing program. Must be a single mother. Must be a resident of Newark. And you must demonstrate academic promise and performance. And you must exemplify perseverance and success through personal challenges. When you see something like that on any type of scholarship requirement, must exemplify perseverance and success through personal challenges. Yep, that is through your essay. That is your one chance to show the heart, to show your heart, your non-academic side, the struggles that you go through, all the different stuff that we usually don't know about at Essex. Your essay is the time to explain how you've persevered through challenges and maintained your education. All right, we're moving on to number 4. This is your Frank Dillon / Primerica Scholarship, all right? This one's got a nice low requirement for you, GPA of 2.5 or higher. I know all you here got that. You must demonstrate financial need, and you must be a Latino student, okay? Those are the 3 Requirements for the Primerica Scholarship: 2.5 GPA, must demonstrate financial need, and you must be a Latino student. Apply for this if you are eligible. Primerica wants to help you out. Let them help you. All right, number 5. Here we go. This is the Leo Foundation Scholarship. You're going to need a GPA of 3.0 or higher. You're going to need to demonstrate financial need. You're going to need to be enrolled in a science or math program. And you can this scholarship only, you're going to need 2 letters of recommendation. Every other scholarship only requires the one. Okay, for this you're going to need 2. One can be from a faculty member, and the other must be from a community leader, your church or your employer. Okay? So talk to the people that you work with outside of Essex, and you're going to need a nice recommendation letter for one of them, in addition to a professor here. All right? Moving on, here is number 6, the Student Affairs College Success Scholarship. You're going to need a GPA of a 2.0 or higher. That is an extremely, extremely low requirement. If Dean Kirkland made this scholarship, that means he's making this because he wants you all to apply for it. Okay? That's a low GPA. So everybody in this session should be applying to this. You must demonstrate financial need. You must be registered full-time or part-time for the semester that the scholarship is offered. So basically, Dean Kirkland is saying he wants to give this to any student that is worthy and eligible for it, because here he's telling you can do this with a 2.0 and you can be full-time or part-time. That's crazy. And you must have completed the FAFSA for the current academic year. So if you got a GPA of a 2.0, which I know every single person on this list does, I don't even know any of you. I know you do, though. Demonstrate financial need, full-time or part-time, and as long as you've filled out and completed that FAFSA, just to be even, considered for the FAFSA money, even if you don't get it, as long as you've completed it, you're eligible for the scholarship. Apply for the Student Affairs College Success Scholarship. All right. Here's a checklist of all the scholarships that we just talked about, all 6. You got the Presidential Scholarship, the Academic Engagement Scholarship, the Connie Woodruff Memorial Scholarship, Frank Dillon Primerica Scholarship, Leo Foundation Scholarship, and the Student Affairs College Success Scholarship. That's 6. We do not know how much any of these scholarships will award. That stays a mystery until Scholarship Awards Night, okay? Or potentially earlier. I believe we don't have a Scholarship Awards Night in the winter time. So Mr. Graham will let you know about that stuff when he knows, because remember that none of us know how much any of these scholarships are awarding right now. You need to get through the hard part of applying for them all first, and then worry about that later. All right? That was all 6 of our scholarships for the returning students for the fall 2025 semester. I am now going to give you Director of Student Life, Mr. Graham, and he is going to go over the scholarship application process. Pay attention. We have a different process this year, and the process will make everything easier for everybody if you do what Mr. Graham tells you. Mr. Graham, let me get you on the screen, sir.
Appreciate it. I want to thank everybody for popping in. As Mr. Ott stated, we did make some changes to the application. I am going to recommend just paying attention for updates, because there are a couple of things that I may want to modify. But to take a brief look at the application, I mean, it's pretty basic. Some of you may have even completed one already. For your example, I began one for the Leo Foundation Scholarship. So, as always, we need to collect some basic information. We need your name, ACC email, your ID, all right, address, etc., etc. For degree you will receive upon graduation, I know some students get hung up on that because they're not exactly sure. It is a great thing to know, but if you're uncertain, just check one, okay? That won't hang you up. Major, GPA, any academic or community engagement awards, right? I just put a couple examples. Quite sure there are plenty that I wouldn't even know of, but you just list them in there. And this is where your scholarship goes, okay? So, being as though you have the opportunity to take a look at the application in advance, please take your time to complete your scholarship essay, okay? Take your time with it. Make sure that it's grammatically correct. Make sure that you don't have it completely written by some AI or something like that. Um, but take your time with it. Have somebody check over it. Maybe even if you visit the learning center, see a tutor, you might want to run it by a professor, a parent, best friend, whoever you can. But just make sure that you have somebody else put eyes on it just in case they see something that you may not have seen. All right. Because I do know that committees will pay attention to things like that. And how you state things in your essay. Now, one thing that may change is a part of this requirement for the Leo Foundation because it does ask for 2 letters of recommendation, but I can only allow you to upload one. Okay? So for now, for anything that requires multiple documents, make sure that what you upload is your letter of recommendation. All right. I want to get away from the practice of getting the letters of recommendation via email because then I have to find a way to couple them with your application, which is stored in a database. If we keep it to just the 1 letter recommendation, that makes it easier to share with the committees. All right, because you do have a pretty long deadline to September 5th, but then I want to be able to have those committees turn around and come with their decisions in a timely fashion. All right.
Will these scholarships go straight to our tuition?
Yeah, they would be applied to any balance that you have at the college if you receive it.
Okay, thank you.
Right?
I have one question.
Okay.
Where exactly do we find these applications? Like this format that you're showing me, I can just go onto my ECC student account and find that,
Well, I
or
sent them. How'd you find out about the workshop?
through email, through Microsoft.
Yeah, so in that email
I
are
just popped the
also
link in the
links
chat there.
to the scholarships. I'll throw them in there, Joe.
All right.
I got them right now, Mr. I. But here you go. All of them.
Nice.
Okay, it's because I was looking for my phone. Now that I have it on my computer, I see every link. Thank you.
It's okay, but you can copy them from there. You got them. I'm going to send the email out probably 4 or 5 more times in the next couple of weeks. Right? You won't miss the how is financial need determined for each student? I can't answer that question for every committee. The FAFSA is a good indication for those who are able to complete the FAFSA, but that's not the case for every student.
Someone wants to know where can we submit the second letter of recommendation for the
Just
Leo?
provide 1 letter for now.
Can international students apply for the scholarships?
Yes, because none of them say that international students cannot. The key with your recommendation letter is you want to try and get it from I would say faculty, employer, right? Someone who is semi-objective, right, but can still speak strongly to your skill set and what you bring to the table or why you deserve a scholarship.
For the Student Affairs College Success Scholarship, what if you did apply for FAFSA, but due to a parent having a high income which didn't grant me financial aid, am I still eligible to apply for this specific scholarship even if I didn't get financial aid?
Yes, that was something that I was beginning to touch on is that even if you completed the FAFSA, you may not have been awarded financial aid, but there are other metrics that may be a part of the application that indicate financial need, right? Just because they didn't give you federal aid does not mean that you did not have financial need. And that can be seen through certain areas of the application. If I was a part of PTK, I put PTK Honor Society. I was inducted in 2007. Let's say you were on the dean's list, maybe fall 2024, spring 2025, right? Maybe you even received an award for voluntary service, right? And that was given by the Garden State Committee. So that's all it means is what award did you receive and who awarded it to you, right? Okay, some students may be a part of maybe a business honor society, right? But you had to be inducted, right? Invited. So that's all that means. I hope that clarifies.
Who can I ask to do my recommendation?
Let me see. Where's that question at? Is that all they asked?
That's V from 252.
Yeah. Okay, listen. You want to ask somebody who's going to speak well about you for your recommendation, right? I had a former student come in last week, ask for a recommendation, right? She probably asked me because she knew that she worked with Mr. Graham as a part of student clubs and organizations and SGA, right? And she has a feel of Mr. Graham's view and thoughts about her. So she came to me because she anticipated me to write a very good recommendation for her. So you want to try to think about who would write the best remarks about you. Okay, you want to give that thought. And I know that may not be easy. You may not know a lot of professors, but maybe there is that one professor and you did outstanding in their class, right? Go see if you can get them to write you a letter of recommendation. All right. I would ask several.
I transferred to ECC this fall from another community college in the U.S. Can I use my transcript and letter of recommendation from my previous college for this scholarship?
Yeah.
I was going to ask a similar question to Muhammad. I'm also a transfer student from another community college. Could we ask a professor from the other community college for a recommendation?
Yes.
For the nursing scholarship, I'm not eligible for nursing this year, maybe next year. Will that scholarship be open to other people who are not in Newark, like Irvington, or is it always just for people in Newark?
It has historically been for people in Newark. That is a good question.
Oh, okay.
That's a good question. I ask questions sometimes. So it is something that I will raise.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in to Virtual Cafe. Thank you, Mr. Graham, for laying down the scholarship application for us. Y'all get on it right now. You got a month to do it. It's due September 5th. This video will be available youtube.com/SLAO Essex later today. There's 6 scholarships for fall 2025. We went over all of them. Apply for what you're eligible for and apply for what you think you're eligible for. The worst thing that can happen is you don't get it, but you'll never know if you don't try. So get writing those letters. Get writing your essays, rather. Ask for the recommendation letters and start filling out the applications. We hope you and your family are doing well during this time, and we will catch you next time. Take care.